Hello, everyone. For this exciting episode of Mystic Maintenance, we have Stephanie from La Garrafa in Merced and a very, very good friend of ours. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yeah, I'm so excited and happy that you said yes to being on the podcast because a lot of people don't know who La Garrafa is behind the scenes.
First of all, I'm super excited and nervous at the same time. But yeah, so I'm really excited to be here and, talk about a little bit of Nieves de Garrafa because like Jen said, we're not really well known right now, but we're hoping to get there.
Yes, and you are also a Leo, correct?
Correct.
That's why we have so much fun when we get together.
August 1st.
Yeah, and I'm August 2nd, so our birthdays are very, very close. Yeah, we have a lot of fun when we get together, all three of us. But yeah, so La Garrafa, for people that maybe don't speak Spanish, where does the name come from?
So basically, when we make the ice cream, right, it's kind of like a Mexican sorbet. We use a garrafa, which is like a wooden barrel. And that's kind of where the name comes from, Nieves de Garrafa, because you make the ice cream inside the barrel with some salt and ice. So
Basically, artisanal Mexican ice cream.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah, and I remember when I first learned that you made ice cream, I was like, oh, that's really cool. And it's a lot of work. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen people like make butter by hand, but it's similar because like your arm is the one doing all of the like scooping and rotating for like hours.
Yeah, so you're constantly, so like I would say about every 10 to 15 minutes, you kind of want to stop, get the edges, get the ice cream in the center, and then you're going back for another 10 minutes. So it takes a while. It can take about 40 to 45 minutes to get at least one ice cream done. And it can be pretty difficult.
It's a labor of love.
There you go.
Very labor intensive. Something exciting that you shared with us, you're a third generation ice cream maker, correct? Mm-hmm. Oh my God. She got all the trade secrets from your grandparents. What side specifically, paternal or maternal?
It's from my maternal side. So my grandfather used to do Nieves de Garrafa back in Guadalajara, Jalisco. So a small town called Ayutlan. And he's pretty much the one that really started it. My mom being the eldest of all children, she has 9 siblings. She was the main helper and learned a lot of the recipes and passed it on to me. So
nice. Yeah. I'm also from Guadalajara. I don't know if I knew that, or maybe I did. I have the memory of a goldfish, but very cool, very cool. Something interesting about Mexican ice cream is that we take a lot of flavors from nature, which I love. Like we'll have like, limon or lemon and then like watermelon, sort of like aguas frescas, but in ice cream form.
That's exactly, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. It's literally just like you would make an agua frescas. There's no secret to the ingredient. Anybody can Google it. It's just like making an agua fresca. Now you're just putting it in like a metal container and putting salt and ice around and just mixing it around. That's really all it is. Now the texture will really consist on the amount of time you freeze it and how long it's out. But that would be really on the maker.
Yeah, I love ice cream, anything sweet, but I remember the first time that we went to one of your pop-ups, like our favorite thing to get is the mango one and then put chamoy and tajin on it. Us Mexicans, we love like sweet spicy. It's like our jam.
Yeah. Talking about the mango, so I had an event yesterday, a baby shower, and the mango and I were fighting each other. We were fighting each other because I think I let it freeze a little bit too much.
No.
Yeah, and I was just struggling, but no, we made it work.
Nice. So you do pop-ups around the Central Valley. Do you ever do pop-ups in LA? Because you're originally from LA.
Okay, so the reason why I don't really go to LA, plus I would have to carry a lot of stuff, right? But my uncle, my mom's younger brother, he actually sells ice cream in LA.
Oh, okay.
So when I actually brought it to Merced, I just thought it was a great idea because I'm not taking away from his business, but now I get to do my own thing and then kind of follow the family, I guess the family recipes. Bring them over here.
Ice cream empire. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember what flavors you started with?
I started with, so my very first flavor, I'm glad you asked, I started with vanilla. Ooh. And that was just kind of, I was just talking to my mom about it. She walked me through it the entire time I was on FaceTime trying to do this ice cream. And what really made me want to sell it was my son's reaction and my husband's reaction when they tried it. because I thought I was being biased. I just thought my ice cream was good. So as soon as he tried it, and they made like this really like happy, like this is good. Like they kept saying how good it was.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Let's roll with it. Let me practice the other ones with my mom on FaceTime, of course. And yeah, that's kind of how it started. So now I make 6 different flavors. Limon, mango, watermelon, chocolate abuelita, vainilla, and what did I miss? Piña.
Very nice. Very nice. The fruit ones do they have a dairy base, or are they more like a sorbet where it's more water based?
So the sorry, repeat it one more time.
Basically, the fruit flavors, do they have dairy? Is it a dairy base?
No, so the fruit flavored ones do not have any dairy. Like we mentioned, it was like the agua fresca, literally just water, sugar, and the natural ingredient, which would be either the lime, mango, pineapple, watermelon.
But the more sweet ones, like the chocolate abuelita, the vanilla, those are dairy, correct?
Yes, those have milk.
Yeah, that makes sense. So that it's more decadent. It's so nice on like a summer day. And speaking of it being hot, in February, it was already getting hot in the Central Valley. I'm like, what the hell is happening?
Yeah. And with ice cream, you have to be like really careful because some days it's super hot outside. Sometimes it's not as hot. So you kind of have to be making sure you're constantly checking the temperature on them because you don't have a freezer. You have it in a barrel.
Yeah. You don't want melted ice cream.
Exactly.
Yeah. The inside of the barrel is steel, right?
It's steel, yes.
Yeah, cool.
So when I go to the actual events, I'll take it like in a thermo, like a thermal barrel. So it is steel. However, I always have my bases covered, and I'll carry frozen ice with me just in case for whatever reason. But for the most part, it doesn't happen too often.
So your business, I'm so excited that we have an actual time here. It started June 11th, 2022. That is so wild that we have like an actual recorded time on your Instagram. I'm so glad you didn't delete it because now we know like when this business actually like was birthed into the world. It's so funny because I actually just had a business consultation yesterday with somebody. So I have a very lovely person on our Patreon who does the monthly memberships for consultations with me, and they started a new business project, and it's a YouTube channel, and they were like, I want to know my business's birth chart. So I don't know if I've explained this to you maybe in personal conversation or not, but everything has energy. So even like businesses, products, experiences, they all have a birth chart. And my friend, this person that had this consultation with me was asking, when is a business born? Is it like when I came up with the idea? Is it after I published my first video, have my first event? And I say it's really up to the person. It's when you feel like, oh, my business actually exists in the world. And for a lot of people, it's when you finally make yourself visible. Very similarly to like when people are pregnant, it's like there's work happening behind the scenes, but we don't take like a birth time to base a birth chart off of until the baby is like out and visible in the world.
Got it. That was going to be my question. Is it when the idea arises, or is it the day you finally like put the product out into the world?
Yeah, I think it's very personal, but in my opinion, my 2 cents, it's when it's finally visible to the world. Our business birth chart for all of this, Kythera Collective LLC, I based that off of when we registered with the city. Even though we weren't like visible yet, it was like, this is when I made us be known into the world. And some entrepreneurs, maybe they don't start that way. Maybe they do like a few events and then they're like, okay, I'm going to register my business. This is actually working out well. Okay. So yeah, for you, I'm glad that we still have the event flyer. We know that it was June 11th, 2022. It was a Father's Day event and it started at 10 a.m.
Yes.
So in theory, that's when someone could have bought ice cream. If people were lining up right at 10, that's when you could have started selling. So that's what we're going to base your business birth chart off of.
Perfect.
Yes. So with that, your business is a Gemini sun. So that means that the sun was in the piece of the universe in the sky that Gemini controls. And then the sun is about ego, vitality, how you shine. In Gemini, Gemini is an air sign. It's a very social element. So this is really good for like networking, like by networking with people, saying hi to people, shaking hands, being like, yeah, let's collaborate. That's really how you're going to shine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, and I mean, for like your type of business, yeah, you have to pop up somewhere unless you literally open like a Michoacan.
Yeah.
But you're not, are you trying to do that?
No, I want to have a food truck.
Ooh.
Yeah. Just because of the cost to like invest in a place, I would rather just put it all in my food truck. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. And like an air sign, very like movable, very mobile. So that makes a lot of sense. That's very, very cool.
It made a lot of sense when you talked about the social part, because with ice cream, especially starting off, I had to offer a lot of samples. And till this day, I still offer samples, and it takes a lot of socializing. Because that's really how I make a lot of my sales. Sometimes people are walking by and I'm just like, hey, free sample. And they come on by, try the free sample, and then they buy my cup.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it definitely does take a lot of socializing.
Yeah, you have to be friendly. If you were like grumpy and you had like resting bitch face, people would be like, I don't want to go there.
Yeah, which I can have sometimes, but now I want to do an ice cream.
Yeah, you're smiling. You're like, hey, ice cream. How can anyone be mad at this? Yeah. And then the moon, which is your emotions, your internal world of the business, is in Scorpio. So Scorpio is very deep. Like, you know, it looks like, oh, just ice cream, but below the surface there is so much happening. There is so much work. Scorpios are also very intentional. That's a word that I associate with Scorpio. There is so much intention when it comes to making this ice cream, from like the process, the 3 generations of information, the manual labor, and also sticking to like, you know, Mexican flavors and themes and things like that.
That's so cool, Jen. I'm sorry, I'm like caught me off guard. No, I was not expecting all that info. I don't know where to say from here.
I left Stephanie speechless. This is a first.
Yeah. I'm like, what do I say to this? Yeah.
Do you feel like you're intentional with your business?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'm always trying to stick to just like our Mexican culture. I like to promote a lot. So when I post a lot of my flyers, you'll notice I put a lot of like banda in the background, like music, that type of thing, because that is, you know, it's just part of the ice cream. That's where we came from. So yeah, that's kind of like my niche.
Yeah. Do you have any experimental flavors? I don't know if I've ever seen anything like super experimental from you. It seems a little more on the traditional side.
As in like different flavors or okay, so there's a few flavors I'm planning to bring out. I need to try them out with my mom on Facebook, of course. Let's throw that out there, because I don't cook. I always have my mom on FaceTime. So I do I've gotten a few requests to do like Nieves de Nuez, coconut. And then I didn't mention, but I also have like my cousin that sells ice cream back in Nevada too. So it's like a family business.
Wow.
And, you know, she's kind of encouraged me to try out the strawberry. So those are the 3 flavors I currently have in mind. If you guys have any more that maybe I should try, let me know. But going outside of, like, the whole, like, more of our traditional, I really want to try Thai tea ice cream. I don't know. This sounds kind of, you know, I really want to try it out. I don't know how I would bring it in, you know, because, like, it's, you know, Thai tea is Thailand, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I really want to bring, like, maybe, like, an ice cream that is not part necessarily of our culture. Just kind of bring it in, you know, here and there as, like, a special.
Like a seasonal?
Yeah, like a seasonal special type of ice cream. So, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, with that Scorpio energy, it's like, I need to make sure that this matches, that this is intentional. And then for your rising sign of the business, so the rising sign is based off of the Eastern horizon, when something or someone was created. So that is in Leo, and you're already a Leo, so I love this energy match. But you are meant to be seen, you are meant to be out there, you're meant to be bold, and you know, you're meant to shake hands. Interestingly enough, there's also Mars is the planet of drive, manifestation, going after what you want. It's in Aries, so it's in its home, so it's working really, really efficiently for your business. So are you how do you feel with like cold pitching people? Like if you see a cool event happening, but you don't know anyone, are you shy to message, or are you like, no, I want to be a part of this, I'm going to let them know? With this energy, it seems like when it's for your business, you're more brave in that way.
Oh yeah, so I'll definitely throw myself out there. I feel like you have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations to be able to succeed. That's my biggest thing. Every time I sell, I'm never comfortable, guys. Like, it might seem like I am, but I'm always uncomfortable, but I'm putting myself out there. Same thing with catering events that I kind of started focusing more on this year. It's always nerve-wracking. It's not like I'm just comfortable. I'm like, oh, I'm used to doing this. No, like, it's never the same. So yeah, like, I just have to throw myself out there.
Yeah. There's a quote that I love that people think that bravery is not being afraid, but bravery is doing something while being afraid.
Yeah.
But you're still doing it and pushing yourself. I feel the same way. People are like, oh, you're so extroverted. And it's like, I'm actually very introverted, but I push myself because I know that I have a purpose that is like too great to just be hidden. Like eventually it just came out of me where it's like, I need to be in front of a camera. I need to be on social media. And I feel very similarly with you. It's like people need to taste my ice cream.
Yeah.
Like, this is good stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It, like you said, it doesn't come natural. I feel like I was able to grow more and start mentally thinking this way because as I moved leadership roles, also like not in La Garrafa, but for work, I had to put myself in those uncomfortable situations, and now I just see people as people. You know, I'm not saying, oh, this is a director, you know, I should be nervous, or this is like another manager. Now I'm just like, no, they're just people with higher roles, and we're all the same. So
yeah, we just have a different function for sure. Yeah, so you're also a full-time queen, just like me. Trying to start up a dream in a business. Yeah, and you're not even 9 to 5. You work like some crazy hours. So what do you do to rest and recharge? Because you're also doing like manual labor. Like I do a lot of like mental labor and like spiritual labor, but you do a lot of manual labor with all the stuff you do. Yeah. So how do you take care of yourself?
So, well, for work, outside of work, a lot of it is mental labor. But like you said, in La Garrafa, it is all physical. I love to go to the gym outside of it. So I just see it more as like a workout, you know? It's like the little workout I can get because sometimes I can't fit the gym. So to me, just making the ice cream itself, it's like, okay, at least I got my few minutes of physical activity, you know, or a few hours. So yeah, I just try to see it that way. If I think about it too much, then yes, it could be draining. But I'll take the weekends to sleep in if I don't have any events.
That's good. It's good that you sleep in. I also saw a quote about like entrepreneur burnout that you can shift your mindset from I have to I get to. And that has really helped me when I felt really burned out. Like before I would be like, oh my God, it's Sunday, I have to write the horoscopes. And it's like, no, I get to write the horoscopes. I get to write this for an audience that like loves and pays me. Like this is amazing. So I don't know if you ever get that like mindset burnout, but that's been really helpful for me.
Oh yeah. Oh, I have gotten the mindset burnout, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do sometimes, huh, Jen? Yeah.
And then you are also an amazing mom to 2 boys. Do they help you with, I mean, I know they're little. They can't really like help, but do they try to help you sometimes?
They're my taste testers.
Nice.
Let's just put it to that. Yeah, my husband's the one that majority helps me. He'll bring over like the ice. He'll bring all the heavy stuff, you know, like the sugar, the 50 pounds of sugar from Costco.
Nice.
So he helps me in that sense, but I'm the one that does the ice cream. You know, they're my support.
Yeah. I love that they're your taste testers. That's a job. And little kids are honest. They will tell you.
Oh yeah. My 6-year-old will tell me this. I think this needs a little bit more sugar. Like, okay, thanks.
Yeah, they're a great audience for sure. Yeah, they're not going to spare your feelings, especially your oldest son. Do you know what his sign is?
He was born December 19, 2020. Wait. December 21st, 2019. So I don't know where that lands.
So he could be borderline Sagittarius or Capricorn, but the way that he operates, he's so cute. He likes his room to be in order. He doesn't like people to walk in with their shoes on. Like, yeah, he's very particular. So maybe he's a Capricorn. I'll have to check the math later. But yeah. I think he's a great taste tester for you, just knowing his little personality.
Oh yeah, and my little 1-year-old, he does not care.
He's just like,
he'll eat whatever. It's ice cream.
And your partner Mondo, he also has his own business while also working a day job. What is the name of his card business? I'm forgetting the official name. I'm just like, Mondo sells Pokemon cards.
Yeah. So he's changing it now. So a lot of people may know him for a big Mondo's Poke Hunt. I believe he's changing it to something, don't quote me on it, Route 99 collectibles, I think. So yeah, I'll slowly be changing into that. But yeah, I hardly see him. He's gone almost every weekend doing shows, but I'm really proud of him.
Aw. Yeah, I know. You're doing pop-ups. He's doing shows. Your work schedules are like complete opposites. How do you make that time to connect with your partner? Because both of you have like so much hustle and drive. And then if I'm not mistaken, I think he's an Aries. So the four of us are fire signs. This is why we get along so well.
I don't know. Honestly, sometimes it does make me a little sad that we don't get to spend as much time as I would like. But I mean, we're doing this for our futures. We do, here and there every few months, try to plan a vacation just for ourselves with no kids. That way we can keep our spark, alive and going. So.
Speaking of, the four of us are going on a cruise to Alaska. I'm so excited. Yes. Yep. That is going to be so much fun. The babies are going to stay with a family member, so it'll just be adults.
Yeah.
We're going to go hard for 10 days in Alaska.
Oh, I know. And then that's the next thing. Are we going to get Wi-Fi? Because it's a 10-day trip.
Yeah.
And can we say?
Yeah,
well, it's at Alaska, right? We're going on a cruise, guys. And Wi-Fi for a cruise is not cheap for a 10-day cruise. I think it was over $250 per person.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We're going to all share Wi-Fi, so we all need to log on and, post our stuff. But yeah, that's going to be the next topic.
I don't know if you saw this reel, but it's so funny. It's like being an entrepreneur will make you seem like you're in a toxic relationship. And it's just like clips of people like always on their phone in like random places or like walking back and forth and talking. And sometimes that's how I feel. I'll be just like in random places, just like typing something, responding to like an inquiry. And I'm like, oh my God, the meme is so true. This really looks like I'm in like a toxic relationship where it's like, oh yeah, I have to answer now. I'm excited for the disconnect. I'm going to post a message that's like, y'all, I'm on vacation. If you need anything, call me after. Astrology and tarot is not an emergency. But I know that you do not only pop-ups, but catering. And people need to know, like, are you available for this party? So for you, it might be a little more critical.
Well, the main reason I'm getting it also is because I have an event scheduled while we are on the cruise. So, and I'm going to have my mom actually cater.
Oh.
So she's going to go cater for me. So I need to make sure I'm available in case she has questions or if the customer has questions. But, yeah.
Oh, you need Wi-Fi then, girl. Yes,
oh, yeah.
Definitely. If you have an employee out in the field.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's going to be happening.
Yeah.
So one of us is going to have to pay the $250.
Yes, we will figure it out. But yeah, this is so exciting. You have a great birth chart for your business. The final thing that I really love that I noticed is Venus in Taurus. So Venus rules both the sign of Taurus and the sign of Libra. But with Taurus, it's more intentional about like the sensory experience, like the sensation of being luxurious, versus with Libra, it's about looking luxurious. So this is really good when you're making an edible product to have Venus in Taurus, because then it's always going to taste good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Let's talk about more of the luxurious part. Let's correlate it more to the business. Like, well, what do you mean by that?
You're going to be very intentional and make sure, like, I want this product to taste really good. I want the the customers to have a great sensory experience, because some big like ice cream places are more like, oh, I want it to be like Instagram worthy and then it tastes mid. For you, it's the opposite. It's like, I want it to taste good first above all else, versus like if there was a Venus and Libra, I would say like then you would have to focus on making your product more like, you know, photographable, Instagram worthy, that type of like FOMO. But for you, it's more the product itself and how it tastes.
Yeah, and it's true. I really focus on the ice cream. I try to invest right now less on like the actual look of the business. I rather have the product tasting good, and that's what I'm currently working on. Different textures, different temperature setting. It's not just like I make ice cream and go. Like I'm literally constant. It's a chemistry. You have to measure your water. You have to measure, you know, like all your ingredients, and every time it's different. Sometimes you can have very sweet mango, and sometimes you might bite into a mango. You're like, oh, this one still needed some time, you know?
Wow.
So it's never the same. I could never tell you, you need to use 15 lemons. No, because sometimes those 15 lemons won't have the same amount of juice, you know? So it's a lot of chemistry based.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm so excited to continue this conversation after this ad break. Today's episode is brought to you by us, Kythera Collective. If you've been vibing with the energy of the show, then you're going to love the Kythera Club over on Patreon. It's a space that I built for the cosmic, the curious, and the slightly chaotic. You know who you are. With 3 delicious tiers to choose from, we start with the chocolate level at $4 a month, which gains you access to weekly horoscopes and the exclusive Unhinged podcast, where I say things that don't make it to this main feed. It's sweet, it's spicy, and it's just for you. Next, we have the cafe level at $7 a month. This is where things really start to get cooking. You'll receive access to exclusive workshops, monthly virtual hangouts, and a private Discord community where you can chat directly with me and receive exclusive behind-the-scenes updates. It's magical, cozy, and a little unhinged in the best way. Finally, we have the tequila level. This is the VIP lounge. At $25 a month, you'll receive everything from the previous tiers, plus a personal 15-minute one-on-one session with myself or David each month, and discounts if you want to extend the session. It's a whole vibe and a powerful way to receive personalized guidance. So if you've been laughing along with us, crying or rage screaming in agreement, come hang out with us at the Kythera Club. Head over to patreon.com/JenCalo and choose your tier. If you want to sponsor an episode and advertise with us, go to our website, www.jencalo.com. All right, now back to the show. Welcome back, everyone. So something exciting, we are collabing and partnering up because La Garrafa Merced is now part of the Kythera Club. So with the Kythera Club on Patreon, if you're at the cafe or the tequila level, you get access to exclusive discounts for a lot of providers and businesses that are aligned with us in the Central Valley, and some of them are even online. But if you are part of the Kythera Club and you show your QR code to Stephanie at one of her pop-ups, you get 10% off ice cream. So you're our first edible product partner collab person of the Kythera Club. So we're very, very excited that folks are going to go show their little QR code and get 10% off their ice cream. So thank you for being a part of it.
No problem. Thank you.
Yeah. So before the ad break, you mentioned that like you literally taste the fruit to see like how sweet it is and to know how many of that batch to like put in there. So you use real fruit. It's not just like fruit flavoring.
No, I use real fruit, and I'll tell everybody exactly where I get my stuff. If you guys have any questions, I go to Costco, buy stuff in bulk.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but it's all real fruit. I know there's some artisanal other ice cream makers that use like flavoring. That's been mentioned in the past. I've gotten questions actually. But no, it's all real fruit. So it does make it, like I said, a little bit more difficult when you're trying to do your ice cream, just depending on how the fruit is incorporating or how sweet it is. So
what do you do when like mangoes are out of season? You just don't have the mango flavor?
No. I've been very fortunate that obviously during summer is, you know, I can get mango. You know, I'll figure it out. Yeah. But if for whatever reason where they're out of stock, I'm not gonna supply anything else. You know, I'll just say, hey, we don't have it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So as you all could probably see, we are really, really good friends. When you first met us, or actually, when we first heard about you, we didn't think you existed. We thought it was like my Canadian girlfriend. She doesn't go here. Because we met Mondo first. And, he might be fun to have on the show at a later date. But anyway, when we met him, he was like, yeah, my lady, she's so busy. She's so hardworking. I'm so proud of her. But yeah, she's never here. And then I think a year into our friendship, we're like, dude, she doesn't exist. Like, you don't have to lie. It's okay. And he's like, no, guys, I swear she's real.
He would tell me all the time, he's like, my friends think you're fake.
And fake as an imaginary.
Yeah.
But then we put on a Super Bowl event. We'd love to host for the Super Bowl. And then you finally came and we're like, oh my gosh, she exists. She's not this imaginary Canadian girlfriend. She's a real Mexican, hardworking Mexican here.
First of all, go Niners. But still come get ice cream if you're not a Niner fan. Use a 10% QR code.
David and I are Dolphins fans just because it's so random and we like the colors. But we're both originally from LA, so I'm surprised that you're a Niners fan and not like an LA fan. Well, I guess LA hasn't really had a consistent football team, so that makes sense.
Well, I really started watching football because Armando, and since he's a Niners fan, was buying the tickets. Yeah, kind of became a Niners fan out of association.
That makes sense. Yeah, align with your partner. Yeah. I'll go for your team, honey. It's fine.
We don't see each other, but let's have one thing in common.
Yeah. So David loves to cook and he loves to host dinner parties, like very intentional dinner parties. And the last dinner party we had, he made peach cobbler and he asked you for some vanilla ice cream because he immediately thought of you and he was like, your vanilla nieve would go so well with this peach cobbler. And you brought some and everyone loved it. It was so yummy.
Oh yeah, it was so good. First of all, his peach cobbler, bomb. And then the ice cream just made it even better. But yeah, I actually want to start incorporating. I normally don't do ice cream in winter, but I just thought it would be a good idea maybe just to sell like 32-ounce pints of the ice cream just so people can combine it, for example, like with the peach cobbler that we did. You know, I just think that would be a good idea.
I also love affogato. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's ice cream and espresso. So you have like vanilla ice cream typically and then you pour espresso on top of it. It tastes so good.
Oh really?
Yeah. So sometimes that doesn't sound appetizing to you, but I promise it works. But yeah, sometimes it's nice to have ice cream on top of something warm like a cobbler or apple pie or affogato. So yeah, maybe the smaller sizes during winter might be a good idea.
Yeah. Or I could incorporate some other stuff once I get the food truck. I've thought about churros with ice cream, but that's just... Guys, I could barely make ice cream. That's a lot of work, but we'll see. Maybe there'll be more stuff coming in the future, but for right now, we're going to stick to ice cream.
So the three of us are Leos, you, me, and David. What was your first impression of both of us?
That's a good question. Well, my first impression with David was I thought he was Asian, guys.
He is half Asian. So for those of you that were curious, David is half Vietnamese, half Mexican. But it trips people out when he starts speaking Spanish.
He speaks Spanish better than Armando. So yeah, it threw me off. And then you were kind of like quiet, you know. So when you started talking about like your side business or the things you were into, I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Started calling Jen a witch.
I don't mind. It's what I am.
No, but I love it. I love both of you guys. So.
Oh, yeah. We love you too. And I appreciate that you're letting me read your business chart because I know that all of this stuff is kind of like scary on the surface and you've never had it done. But how do you feel about it from like a business context? Like, how did the astrology feel?
I feel like it was pretty point on. I would like to know how the business, if we see the business growing. I don't know if that's something you can read off of the chart. Yeah. Or that's something maybe that has to get done later on.
No, I can absolutely do that.
Yeah, I would love to see how the business is going to grow, if it's going to grow, or, you know.
Yeah. So Jupiter, the planet of expansion, is probably the thing that we would want to see. And it changes signs approximately every like 12 to 14 months. So right now, Jupiter is going through your 12th house, or for the business, the 12th house of the subconscious, of being a little bit more introverted. It doesn't mean that you have to stop doing events, but right now is a lot of like planning. So there's a lot of planning happening. And then in more the summertime, like starting June, July, then it's going to go into the first house of visibility. So maybe since summer of last year to now, do you feel like you've sort of maybe taken a little bit more of a break and done a little bit more of like planning and dreaming and things like that?
Yeah, so I've been planning a lot more of the catering stuff. Because like I said before, I would sell. And right now, because of my work schedule, it's better off for me to do more catering events. Just because they typically run in the evenings. So it just works better with my schedule.
Yeah, when a planet goes through the 12th house of a business, that's usually when someone will do a little more reflection and pausing around a certain theme. So because Jupiter is expansion, we're doing more reflecting on expanding. And in this case for you is expanding the catering. So that's very exciting. And then in the summer, it's going to go into Leo, and that's going to be your first house of visibility. That also makes sense for your business because in the summer is when you really want to be out there. So, yeah. Right now, it's just tying up loose ends and figuring out, like, how do I grow and how do I expand? So that's a good question for you. What big things are coming up for La Garrafa?
Right now it's just incorporating more flavors, and then my biggest thing right now is just to save up to hopefully have that food truck and be able to cater more to like the city of Merced. So that's in the future plans, but it's going to be happening.
Do you have any upcoming events soon so that way people can start getting ice cream now that it's getting warmer?
Yeah, so I have April 11, 2026. We're going to be at the Merced Union Sports Complex from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Come on by, stop by. You can use that QR code for 10% off. But yeah, we're going to be starting the next 3 Saturdays. We will be at the same spot from 10 a.m. to 2:30.
Nice. And what flavors are you going to have?
I'm going to have mango, chocolate bolita, vainilla, piña, limón, y sandía.
Ooh, nice. Watermelon. Very cool. Very cool. All right. So we can also pull tarot cards for the business. I recently saw this really nice spread that I also did for my client and their business yesterday, which is one thing to change and one thing to preserve, especially, oh, there goes one. We'll pick it up later.
Yeah.
So the spread that we're going to do is one thing to change and one thing to preserve, to see where you maybe need to pivot and one thing that is working in your favor. So could I have you cut the deck, please? Okay. Thank you. 1 second while I pull these cards.
This always gets me nervous.
I know, especially because I'm a reader that incorporates more like kinetic energy into how I pull cards. Sometimes it is waiting a little bit. Okay. So the one thing to change, we have the Two of Swords. So not letting your anxiety or your indecisions get the best of you. I know right now, like we mentioned, Jupiter's going through your 12th house of the business. So it's a lot of like thinking and planning, but don't let perfectionism stop you from rolling something out or doing something. Sometimes it's just being more like visible and what's the word I'm looking for? Consistency, I think is really the word I'm looking for. Consistency over perfection.
And that's what I think stops a lot of people from like trying to grow a business or just getting out there, is because you want your product to be so perfect. But we all have to remember it's all trial and error. You know, you're going to learn after every event what to fix. So we just need to throw ourselves out there. So I like that.
And then one thing to preserve, we have Temperance, and I like this card for you because you see someone basically like making something with their two hands. They're pouring liquids, and I mean, you turn a liquid to a solid, but I think that this is really interesting and a little bit literal. This is also alchemy energy, making like something into something else, which I think you do with your products. So keep alchemizing, keep making your ice cream, you know, so intentional, wonderful, and magical.
Thank you.
So you're on the right path. Let's pull an affirmation for the business. Ooh, I love this one for you. I am strong. I am stronger than I think I am. I reject victimhood. My strength is in knowing that all circumstances are temporary. I focus my attention on what's in front of me. I naturally move forward in new phases of life. I am strong. And that is one word that I definitely associate with you physically and mentally is strength. Like, that is probably like the best adjective that I use when I talk about you. Yeah, you're a strong lady. I mean, you're a strong mama. You literally lift. Like, you're a strong, like, gym baddie. And then just the hustle and the drive you have. I'm like, damn, I want to be like Stephanie when I grow up. Yeah, we're always, like, David and I are always, like, it's so cool that we have such a badass friend. So
thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
In the time that we have, did you want to shout anyone out or just whatever you want to talk about? The mic is yours.
Ooh, I just want to thank you guys, first of all, for having me here. I think I already talked about where we're going to be at, but if you guys are interested or want to see more about La Garrafa, you guys can always follow us on Instagram. It's La Garrafa _Merced. Go ahead and keep a follow. If you guys have any catering events or just have any questions, I always say, please just ask questions sin compromiso. Like, even if you just want to have a quote and then decide to go with somebody else, that is totally okay. I appreciate any questions. And then just always try a sample.
Yes.
You know, even if you don't buy it, just get a sample. You know, talk to your friends about it, you know. But, yeah.
Yeah, I'll have all of that information linked in the show notes. And then I just did the quick math. You're coming up on your 4th year in business. What advice do you have for any entrepreneurs out there, but especially like female, mother, entrepreneurs that are juggling so much at once?
Yeah, that's a hard. You just gotta put yourself out there. I know it's very hard to balance. If you have to take the kids with you, sometimes we have to do that. I've done that myself. I'll take the playpen, but yeah, it's difficult, but you can always try. I mean, sell outside your house if you need to. You know what I mean? Whatever it is, just to put yourself out there. You know, I think we can all do it.
Yeah, yeah. I love seeing your babies when we go to the pop-ups. So cute. Yeah. And like you said, put the playpen, they're fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Maybe you'll generate more sales with the babies there. Yeah.
How do you feel from your first event that we talked about, June 11th, 2022, to now? Like, are you surprised with your growth? Is it what you expected?
So from the first event, it actually took a lot for me to put myself on that first event. It was a Father's Day event, and we didn't touch on it too much. I feel like we're gonna be going backwards. But my dad passed away June 2nd. And
of that year?
And June 11 was I had the idea a little bit before that, but June 11 is when I actually did the Happy Father's Day event. And at that moment, I was like, I held a lot back because I cared what people think, you know? And I felt like at that moment, I was just so like, I don't care what people think, you know, I'm just going through this right now. Let me go sell some ice cream. And I think that was like the initiative to like, just like kind of change my mentality a little bit and, you know, get myself out there. And yeah, but I feel like we've been growing a lot. When I look at the pictures from the very first event to this very this very last ones that I'm doing, like I can definitely see the progress. So I don't know, makes me really happy.
I wanted to respect your privacy. I wasn't sure if you wanted to talk about that, but something that I did see in your chart, there's an asteroid comet called Chiron, which is called the wounded healer. If you look up the mythology, it's about basically someone that could heal everyone except themselves. What it means for us and our business is sometimes where we'll have like our pain be our greatest strength. And so that's really interesting that you really started this business during a time of grief. And that's also a way that you can continue to, you know, honor your dad's legacy. Like, you know, the half of you that is like really hardworking, a hustler, all of that is thanks to your mom, obviously, like that's where you got like the recipe in the 3 generations, but also I know that your dad was a hardworking guy. So that's how you can like heal and work through some of your grief is like by expanding the business.
Oh yeah. And that, I think that was definitely me at that point. So yeah, now we're just moving on.
My parents are still here, but we are a little bit estranged, so sometimes it feels like it's weird. It's like you're grieving a living person. But anyway, I saw this really interesting quote that's like the best way to like honor your parents and their sacrifices is to take care of their daughter, meaning take care of you. And that quote like hit me. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely, your dad is definitely proud of you, looking down on you and like from heaven. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Thanks, Jen.
Sorry.
Yes, he is.
We're gonna cut that.
No, we're not.
Your dad is definitely proud of you and all of the hard work that you're doing.
Thanks, Jen.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning into this very special episode of Mystic Maintenance. Go try out her ice cream now that it's getting warmer. I'll have all of the links in the show notes. Check Instagram or text her if you don't have Instagram and just want to know where she's going to be popping up. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Take care. Bye.